بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. الحمد لله الذي أطعمنا وسقانا وجعلنا من المسلمين. اللهم أطعم من أطعمنا واسقي من سقانا. الحمد لله الذي هو أشبعنا وأروانا وأنعم علينا وأفضل. Brothers and sisters in Islam, Ameen. Brothers and sisters in Islam, tonight marks the countdown to Eid. It marks the last 10 nights wherein every moment, every second should be taken as the most precious time you have on earth. And you have to now pull back and do your utmost best to make your world, your life, your grave, and your akhirah one that is appealing, it's conducive, it's what you desired, and more, inshallah. So inshallah. So you know, this last 10 nights, as we enter and seek Laylatul Qadr through i'tikaf, seclusion in the masjid, recitation of the Quran, and all the other acts of piety that we do, we are reminded of those acts and those deeds that destroy the vibe, that ruin the community, that pull away, snatch away the mercy and guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Sahaba radiallahu anhu used to tell the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam how much they wish that they had a little longer time in life so they could accumulate more good deeds. Because when the Prophet ﷺ used to talk about the previous nations and how long their life was and how many deeds they accumulated, it's like they're living maybe hundreds of years and we're living not even 100 years. It doesn't make sense. We want to get more. And more is good, so long it is something that we can uphold, we can preserve, and we can cash in tomorrow, inshallah. So the Prophet ﷺ was thinking about this, and his concern for the betterment of this ummah led him to this night of power. Jibreel ﷺ came, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had informed the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ that he has gifted us a night of power. He has gifted us a night of power. And that night of power is on a certain day. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ became so ecstatic. He was so happy that my companions had a concern that they want to accumulate deeds and get more. And here is 1,000 months. خَيْرٌ مِنْ أَلْفِ شَهْرٍ. 1,000 months. You're going to get 1,000 months worth of prime, premium, best quality, top odd night. And as Shaykh al-Salam said yesterday in our Makkah program, some opinions are as large as 41 different opinions. It's crazy. There's only 30 days of Ramadan and there's 41 different opinions of when's Laylatul Qadr. Know from this, brothers and sisters, وَلَا تَنَازَعُوا فَتَفْشَلُوا وَتَذْهَبَ رِيحُكُمْ وَاصْبِرُوا. Hear me very clear, because we are nothing in comparison to the size of the ummah. But what we are and what we can be is an example of restoration for this ummah. The Quran says, do not argue, do not quarrel, do not bicker, do not differ. I've said this many times. The theme for my, what I've strategized for this community of this year is uniting the hearts. Is to open the hearts, to understand that if our hearts are open for each other, then we could empower our souls. We're trying to enrich our hearts this year. And everything alhamdulillah I've been trying to do, and inshallah, please ask all of you, as an imam who is accountable to the community, that on Monday, inshallah, I will be presenting to you something that maybe you've never seen before, which is 38 weeks and 2 days worth of employment accountability, where my hours and minutes and seconds have gone. And I think it's important to do it because many people don't understand what the Imam's job is. And thus everything will be presented, every minute, every text message, every counseling, 180 till today. 180 pastoral counseling, which equates to 140 hours and 45 minutes. I've been doing this all day because I'm accountable to my community. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, وَلَا تَنَازَعُوا فَتَفْشَلُوا وَتَذْهَبَ رِيحُكُمْ. I love this verse. You know why? Because it gives me the understanding of an example. Many times in Florida, tires pop because of the heat. And so, one of the problems I had is my air I'd always lose air in my tires. So I think it was nitrogen, they put it inside my tires. I drive a lot. Used to drive a lot. And so imagine if you have 4 tires in your car and one of the tires have lost all the air. How far can you go? How fast can you go? If a tire is punctured, it's a matter of time that if you don't stop and fix it, your tire is going to be eaten out, your rim's going to be eaten out, and it's going to be a big mess. Allah is saying when we argue, we bicker, we disperse. When we disperse, our power, the air in our tire goes. When the air in our tire goes, this ummah is stagnated. I don't care if it's a Lamborghini. I remember I was going from New Jersey to New York, Manhattan on Saturday after my program in New Jersey. And while I was in the Uber, a Lamborghini was pulled over on the side. And it had a punctured tire. It had a flat tire. It doesn't matter if it's a Lamborghini. You can't move right now. All the perks and the bells and the whistles, the paint and the doors, the rims and everything else, irrelevant. You're stuck on the side of the highway. You're stuck. Every car that passes by will pity the person. If you saw the same Lamborghini in a showroom, you saw the same thing in a mall, you saw the same car in a car show, everyone will pull up to it and take selfies with it. Yes or no? Because it is a model there. But when it is on its track of a highway and it's pulled over, people will not pull over for selfies. They'll pity the person. Feel sorry for the guy. He's stuck. The ummah is stuck today. And the ummah is stuck because it takes years to build, it takes seconds to destroy. We should have differences as an ummah, but our differences shouldn't divide us. We should have disagreements, but we should have shura and counsel to move forward. We should see things with passion from different ways, but we should never become such that Allah pulls His mercy from us. This is the month of Ramadan. The Prophet ﷺ is telling them about Laylatul Qadr and it's gone. And I've always said this in my classes. When Allah snatches a blessing from a people, no one till the Day of Judgment will ever see the light of that blessing. Musa a.s. people had man in salwa. They had food from heaven. They disrespected it. Allah took it from them. Allah could have said to the Ummah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, here's man in salwa. No, I tried it once. You guys messed up. Never again. It's done. So we have an opportunity as we sit on the crossroads here in America, brothers and sisters. Either we will move forward or we'll move in different directions. I'll promise you one thing. No one will survive the storm that's coming up alone. Remember the words of Nuh alayhi salam. He said, "Oh my son, jump on the boat. Join us." He said, "Nah, Dad, I'm going to go up in the mountain. I'll be fine." We all know what happened. He didn't make it. No one is fine unless our unit is fine. When our unit is strong, our homes are strong. When our homes are strong, the individuals are strong. When the individuals are strong, now change has begun for the better, inshallah. So as we enter these last 10 nights, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَاصْبِرُوا. Be patient. We're all human beings. We all have our different ways and stuff. Just be respectful of each other. If everyone is respectful, everyone is loving, inshallah, things will be okay. And inshallah, we all will get Laylatul Qadr. Say inshallah. And we all will benefit from this beautiful month, inshallah. And we'll all build off of this month, inshallah. And we will all grow from this month, inshallah. And we will all become a model through this month, inshallah. We need to believe, we need to aspire, and we need to make an effort towards it, inshallah. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, and I told you yesterday, the next 6-7 juz of the Quran, as we are diving into the 25th juz of the Quran tonight, is all reflecting a repetitive message of Qiyamah, the Day of Judgment, then hell and heaven. What's going to happen? What's going to happen to people of hell? What are the blessings that the people of Jannah will experience? It's going to be repetitive. إِلَيْهِ يُرَدُّ عِلْمُ السَّاعَةِ. The knowledge of this time goes back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only He knows. The fact that He knows is a blessing. The fact that we don't know is a blessing also. But we know one thing for sure. This earth is going to finish. Our lives are going to finish. And the real world and the real life is going to start tomorrow, inshallah. So remind yourself every day. A day shouldn't pass that you don't remember this point. That so-and-so, remember, you're going to die. Remember, everything's going to be left behind. Remember, tomorrow will be a better day if I work hard for it today. Inshallah. Just remind yourself. Because the angel of death reminds you every day. He sees you and he tells you, your time is coming. And shaitan is picking on us every day, telling us, I'm going to take you down. Don't let shaitan take you down. He's weak. People who live off of fear are weak. People who incite fear in others are weak. The devil, all he could do is incite fear. We don't need weaklings like him. Inshallah, our ummah is strong enough to tackle him and his whole army. Say inshallah. When he comes out from the ocean, if we make these 10 nights right, he'll run from us, inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Shura, "Man kana yuridu harsa al-akhirati nazid lahu fi harsi wa man kana yuridu harsa ad-dunya nu'tihi minha." In verse number 20, a very beautiful statement Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making. Both of these sentences mimic the same. The end is amazing. Man, both of them say man. Who? Kana yuridu, wants. Harsa al-akhirah, harsa ad-dunya. The harvest of the next life. Or the harvest of this world. Someone wants harvest. You know what harvest is? It's effort and the result. Someone wants result. They're not talking about the seeds. They're not talking about the land. They want the harvest. So Allah says, whoever wants the harvest of this world, and whoever wants the harvest of the next life. For the next life, Allah says first, "Man kana yuridu harsa al-akhirah, nazid lahu fi harsi." Subhanallah, say subhanallah. Allah is saying, if you want the next world's harvest, you want it, just think it, you want it. He has actively increased it. We are saying yesterday that we want 34 acres complete for burial ground for our community. And believe me, this is a very important need. We don't want our brothers and sisters dying tomorrow and not having the clue of where they should be buried. We need to have our cemetery. This is 34 acres, but I'll promise you, not too far down the road, this will also fill up. The question will be then, we're landlocked. If you want next world house, harvest, crops, you think it, you aspire for it. Allah said He's just doubled it, He's tripled it, He's increasing it. You want it, I'm going to make new acres for you. This acreage is going to grow, and it's not going to be dead land. It's not going to be tilled earth. It's not going to be earth with seeds. It's going to be full-fledged crops ready to harvest for you. So what do you want? Do you want that? Or وَمَنْ كَانَ يُرِيدُ حَرْثَ الدُّنْيَا نُؤْتِهِ مِنْهَا. If you want the worldly harvest, even if it's 100 acres, Allah said, I'll give you some of it. Minha, from it. I'm not going to give you the 100, I'll give you some of it. وَمَا لَهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِن نَصِيبٍ. There's nothing for that person tomorrow. So what's the foolish thing and what's the right thing? Where you're saying, Allah, I want tomorrow, and Allah's saying, you had 50 acres, I just made it 500 acres. Because tonight is the night of Ramadan, and it's maybe the Laylatul Qadr, I'm going to increase it tenfold for you. And not for you to see you own it all. But if a person is adamant to get this world, Allah says you're not going to get all of it. You might get some of it if you're lucky. And He doesn't promise it's going to be beneficial. We move on to Surah Zukhruf in verse number 22, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states something. And brothers and sisters, this is a very relevant text and a very important one for us to reflect on. The people of the past have always said one and the same thing. We all are insecure. We have our insecurities. And one of the insecurities when it comes to religion is, you can't tell me that what I've been doing my whole life is wrong. Look, I've grown up this way. My parents did this. My grandfather was doing this. Our country is a Muslim country. We did this. It doesn't mean everything is right. See, the beauty of knowledge is it's fluid. You can learn it at any time and inculcate those practices in your life at any given time. It's fluid. So one complaint that they always made to prophets, إِنَّا وَجَدْنَا آبَاءَنَا عَلَىٰ أُمَّةٍ وَإِنَّا عَلَىٰ آثَارِهِمْ مُهْتَدُونَ. Look, my parents were doing this. I'm going to follow their path. Assalamu alaikum. I don't care if your lectures or your hadith or tafsir. No, I'm following this. This is what my forefathers did. Your forefathers, my parents, your parents did to the best of their knowledge and ability at their time. This is a different time. This is a more diverse area. A structured time where there's more access to knowledge and education, understanding. Never feel that you need to restrict yourself to the practices of what you grew up and you're accustomed to without questioning them. There are things that we grew up doing thinking that it was part of Islam, only to learn after, when we went to institutions, that these things had no basis in Islam. At that time, if we said to our teachers, oh no, my father taught me this, is it going to help me? No. What will help me is if I change myself and align myself to the right path, and then go back and tell my parents, guess what? I learned this. And I learned this is the right thing to do. The worst part in this verse is, وَإِنَّا عَلَىٰ آثَارِهِمْ مُهْتَدُونَ. We're following their path. We follow no one's path but the path towards Allah, and that is اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. You ask it every day in every unit of every prayer. We want guidance on whose path? The path that leads to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And remember, brothers and sisters, that path is so important, but the company on that path is even important. It's more so important. Taking a long drive alone, there's only so much radio and podcasts you can listen to before your eyes start drooping and you start getting tired and feel bored. People love taking people with them on a journey. That's what makes journeys fun. You have people with you. We need to have the right people today so that they can be with us tomorrow. Because the Quran has told us, and we will recite it in the second to last night, inshallah Thursday night, that on the day of judgment, everyone's going to be an enemy of the other. Forget enemy, let me actually backtrack. Not an enemy, they will forego each other. Blood will forego each other. Your mother, your father, your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter, your brother, your sister. You go up to them on the day of judgment, they won't have dementia. You say, hey brother, I need help. Look bro, I don't know you today. My dear wife, I need help. Husband, I don't know you today. Mother, I just need some help from you. No, son, daughter, I don't know you today. On the day of judgment, blood will disown blood. Because everyone will be so worried about themselves that they won't have time to help their blood. This is blood. It's imperative that we should talk about this one time in the near future. Because nowadays we're living in a time where friendship supersedes blood. You know, my brother is a pain, my mom and dad is backward, but my friend is the best. Your friend is your friend. I'm not going to write off your friend, but don't write off your parents and your brothers and sisters also. Because when going gets tough, and tough gets going, your friend's not going to show up for you. Your parents, your siblings, those who love you and care for you will show up. So blood will disown blood. Everyone's with me. What about friends? الْأَخِلَّاءُ يَوْمَئِذٍ بَعْضُهُمْ لِبَعْضٍ عَدُوٌّ. Friends tomorrow are going to be enemies. Blood will disown each other. Friends will be enemies. I don't want to know you. You are a waste of my time. Animosity will be ripe on the day of judgment when two friends will see each other. They will blame each other. You wasted my time. You taught me bad habits. You derailed my life. I lost my education because of you. My marriage was jeopardized because of you, the bad habits that we used to do. Friends are going to fight tomorrow. Blood is going to disown. Friends are going to fight. إِلَّا الْمُتَّقِينَ. The friends that helped you and you helped them for the bigger cause, tomorrow, they will still be friends. They will hold each other's hand and support each other, that insha'Allah, our working together for the sake of Allah, our selflessness and generosity, our service to humanity, our prayers and our worship together, insha'Allah, is going to get us through today. Only friends of goodness will be friends tomorrow. All others will be enemies one to another. We will inshallah cover Surah Dukhan and Surah Jathiyah, and I'll pause there because we have one more verse, but we'll leave it for tomorrow. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us in these last 10 nights to reflect on the akhirah, to reflect on the reality of all things, to reflect on the journey that's inevitable and the destination that is awaiting all of us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to make sure that we plan out this journey perfectly, that we equip ourselves with the needs and necessities for this journey and beyond, so that we can have a harmonious journey to our grave, and from our grave to the day of judgment, and from the day of judgment to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the hands of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and from there to the highest abode in paradise. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي حي على الله أكبر الله أكبر لا